Let's get it. Let's get it. Hope everyone is having an amazing, amazing night. Who's excited? Drop some fires, drop some your favorite emoji. I'm excited for tonight. It's going to be an amazing call. And I know that a lot of individuals on this call are going to really have some breakthroughs, guys. So let's get it, guys. I'm going to open up the software, right? So this is the colors software. If you guys don't have it or you would like to actually purchase the software and start using it for yourself on your own time, it's in the back office, it's in the shopping cart, and you just add it and it's just a monthly subscription, right? So for those of you that don't know, about colors and don't know um, the simplicity of it is absolutely amazing. It is based on price action, so it's very, very effective. So first thing I want to go over is here at the top left corner. If you can see, it says training. Okay, you can see it says Colors Academy. Now, if we open up that Colors Academy, you'll see that there's actually 13 different modules in English and Spanish that break down exactly how to use this strategy. So I think that that's absolutely amazing because not only does the Academy have the Forex Academy that gives us the basics, right? But we also have a Colors Academy that gives us a full breakdown of how to use this strategy and the different ways that you can. So if we continue, we also see strategy. And if we click on that, we see where it says master idea. Okay, that master idea is also crucial for you to know about because this is where a lot of people have been seeing some amazing success with these signals. These signals come out during London sessions, so it's around 2 a.m., 3 a.m. around that time. Typically every day, if not every other day, between 3 to 7 signals a day. Okay, and it's absolutely amazing. Very, very simple to understand. You can see here the blue pin, right, is telling you when they actually put the order in. What candle were they on when they went into their system and actually placed the idea, et cetera, right? Hit level and idea goals 1, 2, and 3. So they placed it here. So you can see that helps you know if it's still valid, when did it happen, right? So very, very simply, you can see that this here is your entry. And here's your TP 1, 2, and 3. Your stop loss could just be the lows, right? Any previous lows before that position goes up. Or if it's a sell, you can, if it's a sell, you can look to target any previous highs, right? As you can see, these two that I just pulled up did not activate. So we didn't win them, but we didn't lose them either, right? So we have these did not break structure. So it just went up. So that's very, very crucial for you guys to know because colors will get you paid just by copying the trades. All right, guys. So getting into that, getting into some colors basics, right? I'm going to go over just very lightly, touch lightly, and then I'll go over the strategies that I personally like. So like I said, you could find most of everything in the training. So if you want some more in-depth, make sure to go through the Colors Academy. So here we have our red boxes. Can anyone drop in the chat? What are the red boxes? Red boxes are areas that we look to do what? What are they? See, these red boxes are critical to understand exactly what they are, just as important as the green boxes, right? Good job, guys, right? The red boxes, we are looking for potential sells, okay? And the green boxes, we are looking for potential buys. You see, the hardest thing that people come into the academy and want to learn this skill set, and even outside of this academy, what happens is the hardest thing is identifying really the key support and resistance. Because see, there's support and resistance throughout the entire chart. And if you start charting all of the support and resistance, then your chart will look something similar to like, right? You don't see it, but it would probably be the past, right? And it'll look something like this. It would just have a bunch of lines everywhere, right? So really, it's not about finding support and resistance. It's about finding that key level of support and resistance, right? That key level of support and resistance. And that's what colors helps you identify. Okay, colors helps you identify the red structures as resistance, key resistance, and the green structures as key supports. And we look to buy at supports and sell at resistance. It's not as simple as green box buy and red box sell. I mean, if you do that, you will win some, but the ratio of wins to losses might just not be enough to be profitable, right? Just with that one confirmation, red box. But if you start to add these confirmations, right? Green box, green levels, okay, right? Red box, red levels, right? Maybe even red swing arrow. What am I talking about? If you click over here on details, you can see exactly what are we looking for, right? We want a box, okay? And there's other strategies that you look for all of these, but for the 3-step setup, it's just the box, the swing arrow, and an EC level or a BM and SM level. And that's exactly how simple this can really be, is simple as 3 steps, or as simple as a structure being green or red and turning yellow and you buying or selling just based off that. Okay, guys, so what exactly am I talking about? Let's get a little bit into, two of my favorite strategies. And actually, before we get into that, just some basics. Down here we have our different time frames. Okay, what this is a multi-time frame indicator. Okay, not to throw off anyone that's new, but basically what's going on here is this top one is the 4-hour, bottom is the 15, and the middle is the current time frame that you're looking at. For right now, it's the 1 minute. But what you want is these to be in your favor most of the time, right? If you're looking to buy, you want some green here, right? If you're looking to sell, you want some red as well, okay? Here in the bottom, what we have is an indicator really that we can look to give us a guide of when the market could potentially drop when it's up here, and when the market could potentially come up when it's down here. Okay, that's all we're looking at really in this indicator, is whether it's on top or below and whether it's green or red. You see, it's just a game of colors. That's why it's called colors. So we just want to match up, get the most colors to match up in our favor. Same here. Let me open it up a little bit more for you guys. Same thing goes here with these bars. We just want to have everything green if you want to look for some buys, right? So that's just a basic breakdown of colors. You could come here to Colors Academy for some more info to really know exactly how to navigate here, how to really know exactly what you're doing. But let's touch into a little bit of the strategy that I like to use, which is called the 3-step setup, okay, and the break of structure entry. So we'll go with the break of structure entry first because that's what we have here. So if you guys remember, what we were just looking at was a green box, right, and a red box. Right now what we have is yellow boxes. See, these yellow boxes indicate that a zone was broken. This was green before, just like that. Okay, this was green when these candles were coming down. And once it broke through, it turned yellow. When it breaks through a structure, whether it's the top red one or the bottom green one, you can look to enter a position at the break of the structure, whether it be for a sell, right, around here, and you would have caught this move here, or whether it be same thing here, sell right here, right, broke the structure, came all the way down, and then it broke this one. So beautiful, two beautiful break of structure entries right here. But let's look at some buys, right, for the break of structure right here. So same thing happened here. It turned green after it found support, but this was red, just like this one here. It was red. And then when the structure broke through, when the candles broke through over here, it turned yellow. And that was your position to enter right at the top of the structure when it broke out, stop loss at the low of the structure, and ride that baby to the top, right? Wherever you start getting your exit, which your exit will be the opposite of what you're doing. So if you're buying, everything's green. If you are going green and you start getting these reds, then you get out of the market, right? Simple. Same thing for the sells. So if you sold up here and it's coming down, and here everything started to turn green, because it did, it's just you don't see it now. But if everything here started to turn green, right, you got some green here, right, green here. All of this would have told you, okay, there is support here. Let me get out of this trade. But now when you start buying here, let's say you buy here, and then you start getting these reds up here, and this is your indication to get out of this buy, right? So it's clearly there where to get in and out of the trades per the breaking structures, right? You can see the yellow, you can see the candles come through, you enter right there and you caught this move. Very, very simple. Let's look at some three-step setups right here. This is a beautiful three-step setup right here. Let's look at what are we looking at? So in a three-step setup, the break of structure is very simple because it's just breaking structure. This is it right here. Broke this up. This is a buy, and you just rode it to where your exits are. Now, when it comes to the three-step setup, what you want is first you want a box, and it's in no order. You can get them in any other order. You can get the swing arrow first, the box, and then your ECs or levels. So you need a box. That's number one. You need a box. Number two is a swing arrow. Okay. And number three is your levels. Sometimes you get a bunch, sometimes you get one. So here are many, many levels for you to choose from. And the way that you enter this is like this. Let's say you're here, you're waiting, this started resisting, right? You started to get an SM, an EC, right? You're right here, another EC right here, and then your swing arrow came up. Now you have a box. Let's say you already have a box, your EC levels, and your swing arrows. You have 1, 2, and 3 of the three-step setup. All you're waiting for is, now this is your swing down here, the market's down here. Now you're waiting for it to retest your EC level. So once this candle right here, this green one came, this yellow with the green outline, came right back up to this area, that was your entry right there. Stop loss above structure, take profit at the green box. Drop a question mark if you didn't get that. See how simple that is? It's very, very simple. Very, very simple. Right? Right now that's simple. Easy. This is easy money right here. Let's look at some other examples. Let's look at tonight's, because we know that we're going to get potentially some swing arrows. We're already got them right here. So let's look at the JPYs. Okay, let's look at the JPYs, which is right now tonight, right? We did this last week. So we could potentially see these JPYs come up, right? Because we have 1, 2, and 3, the box. So this could potentially look like this. Oh, wrong one. Right, we could potentially see something like this. And if we don't see something like this, can someone drop in the chat, what are we going to see? If we don't see this, it's only 2 things that could happen. If we don't see this, what are we going to see? A break of structure. Good job, man. Killing it. We're going to see this. What do? We just ride that wave. Right? So no matter what, the thing is, sometimes you guys lose a trade and then you get discouraged. But you see, you can't sit there and be discouraged. You have to react and adapt to what the market, to what's going on with the market, right? So if you go ahead and you enter right here, amazing risk, right? You have a 4-to-1 ratio, amazing, right? Good risk to reward. We're risking, we're looking to get 4 times what we're risking, right? But if that goes the opposite way and it does break these lows over here, then we're just going to look to sell. Once that baby turns yellow, it's broken, just like it says here, broken. And then we sell. You see, so you just adapt. Look at that. Shout out Rosie. Husband went 4-0 with colors, right? It's absolutely amazing. I mean, no matter what, just like Nena said, there's no lessons, because no matter what, if you're on that, the only way that's the lesson is you didn't catch it. Let's say you put your pending orders or whatever and you went to sleep or you were working or something and you didn't see what happened. Obviously that happens, right? Or you psyched yourself out and you didn't really want to analyze because you were scared of being wrong. Okay, don't let that happen to you. Go in full force, look at the 3-step setups. If they don't go your way, and you know for a fact it's a break of structure setup. So let's look right here. Let's look right here to this here. Okay, we could have gotten a swing arrow. Okay, let's be more realistic. It could have been this one. We could have gotten a swing arrow on this one, right? Or even this one. One of these definitely were swings. Could have gotten swings on these. Okay, then what? Then what? We could have gotten, let's look at an engulfing, maybe we got an engulfing candle right here. Maybe we got an engulfing candle right here, right? And then this was a green box. This for sure was a green box. Does everyone see that? That's how it was before it broke. Before it broke. But you took the 3-step setup. You said, you know what? Alex said, put that baby like that at the previous low, target my next highs. Maybe you wanted to target right here. Obviously I wouldn't like that risk to reward. It's a little too low, but that's fine too, right? If we were due, that's fine. I mean, it's a 2-to-1. But anyway, resistance is quite close. But anyway, you said, okay, I'm going to take the setup. It went in the opposite direction, completely stomped you out, and it turned yellow. When it turned yellow, you could have taken it right here at the stop, at the close, or you could have taken this pullback right here as well. And then look at this beautiful, beautiful move, right? So don't get discouraged if you lose a setup. Just reanalyze. Look at that. 475 pips from that move, right? Absolutely phenomenal. I'm telling you, it's absolutely phenomenal. I really, really stand behind this product, guys, this strategy. I'm telling you guys, if there was ever a time where I felt in our organization, guys, and in Team Is That Real, in our amazing trading family, that I said, okay, I can help someone make money. I can help someone get started, put them on, get them through fast start them, and help them make profits between 24 to 48 hours. I can help them have their phone blue that same night, if it's Sunday night to Friday afternoon, right? On the weekends, they're gonna have to catch me, give me a break. Hey, on the weekends, we going crypto, right? But I'm telling you guys, like, there has been no other time than now that I feel that we can help people make money quick, have results, right? And actually understand this. Listen, I know if you're new and you're seeing this, I want to let you know 2 years ago, I did not know about this. 2 years ago, I was just a business owner. I thought that's all I had going for me. I was, my future plans was just growing that business. And then COVID happened and it put me in a position to need to know how to make money online. Then I got started with IM. So I knew nothing of trading. So I'm telling you guys, learn these simple skill sets. Simple. Don't overcomplicate it. And listen, if it makes sense for you, then do it. If this makes sense for you, and you're like doing all this, right? If you're doing all this, where's it at? If you're doing all this, you're like doing all that, that's fine. If that works for you, that's fine. But for those of you that are similar to myself, that I'm just a simple guy, I just cannot keep up with all of the extra stuff. I just can't. Me personally, my brain, it just doesn't function that way. I cannot learn all of those extra things. I need that simple game plan and implement it consistently, and I'll see the results. And I'm telling you, when it comes to colors, like I said, if you're doing something that's working, by all means, keep crushing it. But if you're looking for a profitable strategy, something simple, is right here, right? 3-step setup. So let's look at a few of the JPYs, because I know that we like to, okay, so look here at NZD JPY. What are we waiting for on NZD JPY? Or let's go back to GJ. Let's go back to GJ. Does everyone understand GJ? Does everyone see GJ, understand GJ, what we're looking at, what we're waiting for? Drop a question mark if you're lost. Just drop a question mark if you're lost. It's all good. 100% good. But right here for GJ, we got the swing, right? We got the level, and we have the box, right? So for GJ, yeah, we're just waiting for the retest to the EC, right? We're just waiting for that baby to drop down to this level down here. And then we can even put a pending order if you guys want to put a pending order. Right? Stops down here. This is up here. We'll go ahead and save that. GJ, right? Okay, that's simple. Now, if we look at NZDJPY, so I already saw you guys drop it, right? We're waiting for an EC. That's all we're waiting for is a level. You see, this is a red level. We need the green level here in the bottom somewhere, right? We need it to come down. And even if it's somewhere up here somewhere is fine. So as an example, guys, let's say there was, to give you guys an idea of what I mean, let's say there was a red box here. This is your swing, red box. You're looking to sell, but you never got your EC. You finally got it here. It's okay to enter at the close, stop loss at the previous high of the EC. That's an entry, it's a price action entry. So you could do the same thing here. As it's going up, you might get an EC on the way up, okay? Stop loss under the EC, previous low, let's say, of those candles, and take it up to the next resistance, which is not, just so you know, these are check marks, guys. These are not, it's not like, let's look at GJ. It's not like it's just gonna go all the way up here. We got checks mark. First off, very first check mark is close, is right here. We need to break through that SM. So if we enter here at 27 pips, that's our first TP. This is what you guys got to get in your head. It's not always 100 pips, you know, like understand that it's by check marks, right? You have, this is our first level of where we wanted to break through to get to the next one, right? Then we have some resistance here that we want to break through. And then it's this one right here. And then our ultimate TP up here. And we can see it's been proven, retest 6 times. We can love to sell up there as well in the future. So let's look at same thing here. So as I was stating, why I explained that is we have some check marks here. Okay, some check marks, some TPs on the way. Some TPs on the way to your ultimate TP, right? And here we can see we're verified retest 3 times. I mean, we can see we're a bit strong here. And even if we scale it down to 15, I'll go over that next week, like showing you guys you can scale it down. It's still 3. Okay, and then that's about as much. And then you can see, this was resisting. So it's probably going to keep going up. But anyway, we'll, yep, that's it right there. It's definitely going to break through that level. So like I said, if you get some ECs on the way, enter on the EC. All right, guys, don't miss out. I'm definitely dropping this for you. So make sure you stay on the lookout. If you have colors, if you don't, obviously, you might miss out. But if you get an EC somewhere, let's say it's around here somewhere, put it at the previous low, target your next targets, something like that. Let's rename that to NZDJPY. Okay, let's keep going on the JPYs. Let's go to Swiss. Okay, so look, if we don't have a box, we don't have a trade. Okay, that's just, I need a box because I need a structure zone. Yes, these SMs and ECs are great entry points. You can definitely look to enter, but that's not per my strategy. So I don't. Personally, I don't. I need a box. My strategy right now, the 2 top strategies I told you guys on previous calls, I journaled, I tried a lot of the different things within the colors, and what worked for me, what was the most consistent, had the overall, I'm gonna actually drop this week's ratio, like winning ratio, because the overall winning ratio with break of structure entries and 3-step setups are upwards of 70% for sure. So it's definitely amazing. For those of you that have been, following my Instagram, have seen that I've posted, I have been 50-something% winning ratio. That means that I lost half of what I put out, and I still hit my profit goals, still hit milestones with 50%. So that says a lot when I'm saying 70, upwards of 80%. And some of you are like, why? How can you do 50-50? It will be half and half. It's because the risk to reward is always greater. If I'm risking $25, I'm looking to get 75. So if I lose 5 trades of $25, I'm at $125. If I win 5 trades of $75, I'm at $375. So I'm still up, even though you're losing, right? So it's so important to understand risk to reward. And I learned that with this, guys, all right? With this tool. The sells is right here, long and short, right? Long and short. This is how I learned risk to reward. This is a 1-to-1. You're risking 1 to get 1. It's $10 to get $10. And when you stretch it a little bit to 2, right here, you see 2, now you're risking $10 to get $20. Right now, let's put it 3, $10 for $30, right? And that's, you want to be at minimum a 2 to 1 minimum. I like 3 to 1. Colors will give 5, 6, 7, 8 risk to reward. Like, no lie, guys. I'm dead serious. Nene knows, like, I'm not even playing with that. The risk to reward is amazing. Let's continue. So for here, guys, Swiss JPY, I wouldn't be looking to do anything in this area. I would actually want to see what it does up here. Okay, so I would like to see like some red swing arrows, some red levels, right? For me to come for a sell. Okay. We can actually see UJ doing what I want to see already for Swiss JPY, right? We could see it already happening. So what are we waiting for on USD JPY? Drop it in the chat. What are we waiting for on USD JPY? Let's see what everyone, let's see. Ooh, we got some snipers on the call. So when we get our EC, we could do 2 things. What can we do when we get our EC? There's 2 things that we can do. I didn't mention this. It's a little bit light. It's like a little trick question. But we can do 2 things. We could enter on the retest, right? Or we can enter at the, does anyone know it? Can we enter at the close of the EC? Good job, guys. Close of the EC. So we could either have this swing, have an EC somewhere right here and just enter, stop loss above this red structure, or we can get that EC, wait for it to pull back to the EC and enter again. Okay, but any of them are correct, none of them are wrong. Okay, but if this starts to push up and breaks through and hits your stop loss, what do we look to do? What do? We completely switch, right? To look for what? Yep, we're completely switching, right? We're completely switching because these highs are being broken. And when these highs are being broken and these highs are being broken, we might see it go to the next highs over here, right? So super key, guys. Don't get scared. Find your 3-step setup. So we'll save that USD JPY, right? We're just looking for, I'm just going to put it here. As if it popped up, but obviously we do not enter. These are just possible trade ideas. We do not enter until we have all of our confirmations, because when we take a lesson, but we have all of our confirmations, as a trader, you feel good, you understand the market does what it does, but you at least did what you had to do. And obviously, we're going back for the break of structure. All right, so let's go to the next one. Yeah, because we're not just gonna let that baby hit stop loss. Like, I need to be sleeping for that to happen. Honestly, like that does not happen. I need to be knocked out and miss it for that to happen. Because if it's going the opposite way, I'm going with it. It's not leaving me behind. So do you guys see here what we are missing here? We got some levels, we got some green boxes. What are we missing here for it to come back, right? And us to want to get into the trade, because it does look okay right now. It doesn't look bad. Yeah, we got some swings and ECs and stuff, but that doesn't really throw us off, because as long as we get our 3-step setup going in the direction that we wanted to, we're absolutely fine, right? So yeah, we're just looking for a nice swing arrow somewhere around there, possibly, okay, possibly to take this up to the upside. Possibly to take this up to the upside, because you can see that nice, and I definitely think that it might, you can see a nice uptrend there. I definitely think that it might come down. So be on the lookout for a potential swing, right? For a potential swing. And you'll see a lot of these JPY pairs move the same. I've had nights where I'm selling every single JPY pair. It's all broke. They're all breaking structures, and all of them are tanking. So you see a lot of repetitiveness within the JPYs. Can we see here what we just like the indices? Yeah, it's amazing. Can we see here what we're waiting for? This one's acting just like CAD, right? Very simple, guys. Very, very simple. And BTC and ETH, I call those the twins, right? BTC and ETH, they're the twins. And NAS, SPX, and US30 are the triplets. They're the triplets. Okay, so we're pretty much good here, guys. We're on the JPYs. That's throughout the whole night. So look at that. That's literally throughout the whole night, all the way to London, getting into London. And you know what? Let me see, what time is it? We have a few minutes. Let's get into, let me rename this. Rename this odd. So for those of you that are still a little lost, right, we're waiting for, yes, we have the ECs, and it's actually doing what we talked about before around one of these that we were talking about. If we, we had the swing, we had the box, we were just waiting for an EC, and if we got an EC going up, we would take it. If we have a swing arrow, we would love it to swing, come back, and then for it to take off, right? But for right now, we need a swing arrow. So hopefully it swings, comes back, and retests this EC. And, we could do something like this, right? We could do something like this to these levels, right? But since we have some time, let's do GBP. We did that one. Let's do GBPs real quick, right? Coming into London, we'll do the Swisses real quick. Look at GBP odd. This is a good one here. GBP odd, we're waiting for what? Yeah, it's looking good tonight, guys. I mean, the week's been nice. Yeah, we're waiting for that swing, guys. Very simple, right? We're waiting for that swing to the red. We're waiting for a swing and then a retest to an EC, right? So we want to enter somewhere around here would be lovely, right? Target these. This would be basically first target of 50 pips, it looks like. That would be target number one. And target number two down here, if it breaks this one, then basically colors will tell us when to get out, because there's no next support that it has. We can obviously always zoom out, stretch this and say, okay, it could come down here next, right? So we can obviously do that, but colors takes the work out of doing that. You just ride the wave, and it will start to give you, this will be red, 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 red. It'll start to give you green, 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 and it'll give you a swing green. If you're selling and you get a swing green, you know that's a problem, right? That's a little issue for you. So let's go ahead and rename here. We got GBP odd. So just some setups that coming into the night. Obviously, guys, we all have different schedules, but that I will personally be looking at all this. I don't like this right here, GBP-NZD. Don't like this at all. It's stuck right here between this and this. I would want it to come up here because I don't have any green box. So I would like it to come up here for a swing, level, and 3-step setup, right, for GBP. And I'll definitely check these later on, you know, maybe like 3 a.m., give updates to everyone, even people that don't have colors, so that you guys can see, you know, how simple this really is. Here, you know, obviously we missed it. Let me see what time is it? 45. So here we obviously missed it. It was a break several hours ago. I didn't catch it. This is probably this morning. Yeah, so just about 12 hours. So we're looking at 7 a.m. That was a nice position there at 7 a.m. this morning. You guys can see, I mean, it literally, so this candle closed right here, and you see how it didn't break under, but right here, I'm 99% sure that this turned yellow right there at that close, because it will identify, like it doesn't have to break it all the way. Right there is going to turn yellow. Well, then that's my entry, right? Boom. Real nice drop right there. So for right now, for GU, what I will be looking for GU, like for colors to give me, is for this box to turn red. That's really what I want to see. I want to see this box turn red, and I want to see a swing arrow, so then I can use some of these levels to then get in for a sell. So that's what I would like to see. Just because it is on top, we can obviously see the opposite. We can see it start to support, and then obviously support, and then it start to give a green swing, green box, and green levels. Okay, so this is just kind of me just throwing it out there. It definitely doesn't have to, it's not to say that this is going to happen. It's just to be aware of, this is what I'm looking at. But obviously, if we get some green, and this gives me a swing, and we're looking to go up, it's not like I'm biased, you know, like I'm not gonna, I don't just want to sell it. I'm fine with buying it too, you know? So guys, here for GBP Swiss, I would love for this swing to disappear from here and to reappear down closer. So I would love for this swing to disappear and for us to get a new swing over here. And that's the only way I would take it. All right, I'm just real picky with it. It's the only way I would take it if we get a swing. Real picky with it because it gives you less and less opportunities. Like you should have less opportunities than, like, you should have less of the perfect setups, or perfect, right? The best setups, and many setups that might be decent setups, right? But you should have less. Start to disqualify setups. That's what you should do. The same thing that we do with building, right? Disqualify people. You want to get the right people. You want to get the right traders, the right trades, right? You want to make sure that when you're looking at these setups, you're disqualifying people. Disqualifying people. Now I don't know which one we're doing. You're disqualifying setups left and right. You only want to take the best setups. You got wifey laughing in the background. So you only want to take the best setups. Let's look at Euro GBP. Same thing, guys. I would look for that red swing and for it to break these BMs to the downside. So we'll let that be it for tonight, guys. I hope that you guys had an amazing session. We didn't do the Swisses, but Swiss is also something to look out for. I know a lot of people say Swiss stands for, I forgot. It was like something about trade error or something. But you could look for the Swisses also to have some momentum during the night, during London, right? So currency has failed, right? I knew it was something. Currency has failed. So yeah, I mean, I know that, right? Sometimes you'll hear that here and there, but you know, look right here, you have a 3-step setup. You have an entry right here. So for those of you that, you know, want to take a setup, you want to take this on your demo, you could take a sell right now on Euro Swiss. Stop loss is going to be up here at the red. For those of you that are new, it's this red one right here, 03998. when it comes to Forex pairs, these strategies are very close to price, so you don't have to worry about doing the math. Just go ahead and enter, right? You can enter a sell, your stop loss at 0.3998. Risk, I would say medium risk. As far as like, is it high risk trade and things like that, I say medium risk, just because we have these supports down here. But I would love for at least this to be TP1 and for this to break, I mean, all the way down here. Right, we're obviously making higher highs and higher highs, but that's just what I'm seeing, right? I don't have, even though I'm seeing higher highs and things like that, I don't have a, this can definitely be a reversal. So that is going to be it for tonight. I'm actually going to save this one, that Euro Swiss one, right? That Euro Swiss is nice and ready. Let me see, what time is it? 50. Yeah. Let me just click real quick. So as I was saying, guys, I hope you guys had an amazing night. I did record this because I want this to be the 101, kind of anyone who's asking, how do I trade here within, I could just share the video with them. Look, this is the 2 top strategies that we like to use. Because I know that at least for those of you that are using colors, that are doing the 3-step setup, that are doing the break of structure, I know Nene has been just killing it with that. And it's more confirmation that it's not just me that's winning with these setups. It works and others are winning as well. So, and it means that it's simple. All right, guys. So I hope you guys have an amazing night. I just wanted to check, but this is basically the last one with the swing for Swiss. And I hope you guys have a great night. The ladies' call is taking off. We don't have a men's call, but we do have a 8 p.m. presentation by the one and only Manny Beast. So guys, make sure you invite, get people on the call. You're going to have your chairman 10, the one and only, the one who started this organization. And actually, because of him, we are all able to impact, empower, and enrich one another. All right, guys. So I hope you guys have an amazing night. Peace and love, and I'll see you guys on the next call. Let's go.